Alright guys, this is the video where I have my second change of plans. My first change of plans when I couldn't see my friend because he went back to work. So I wasn't going to be able to see him on that Tuesday, the 4th of May. So I made a different direction and went towards the Guadalupe Mountains in the border between Texas and New Mexico. So I figured, well, I'll go that way first to spend, about 3 or 4 days in that area, and then go to my friend's house in Odessa, Texas. So that was my first change of plans. But that wasn't a drastic change of plans in a sense that it was an emergency. Could have gone anywhere close by and stay there longer. Or maybe stay where I was. But nevertheless, this video will show you when I really had to change my plans. I was forced to by circumstances. So without any further ado, let's watch the video. Not a good morning. Woke up with a flat tire. Hopefully the Fix-A-Flat will fix it. I have some little air pumps that hopefully they'll work. But this is what I woke up to on May the 5th. Wednesday, May the 5th. Not a good thing. But to wake up in the morning and find out you got a real problem, you can turn your whole world around, because I had big plans. I'm going to go to Guadalupe Mountains and do a little hiking, take a lady with me, and drive around and get to see Guadalupe Mountain National Park. And then I was trying to go after that to some caverns, but of course I realized I can't take the dog with me to the caverns. So that was going to be scratched out anyways. But my problem that I ran into, it changed all that. But I tell you what, it's a learning curve. I mean, I've had this kind of problem in the past, but never out on the road, never out in far from home, far from home. Check it out. Okay, you see, you got to understand one thing. This is my first time away by myself with a dog in a van for thousands of miles away. And at this time I don't really know what's going to happen, but I tell you what, getting the flat tire was a bummer, because it takes away from my plans of what I want to do, the mountains, the caverns, or whatever else I want to do. So this is what I did. When I got up, I woke late in the morning right around that rest area, and I talked to the people that work there, the maintenance people that maintain the place clean and organized. So I figured they might have a pump of some kind that I don't have to worry about using myself. Oh, by the way, I already had tried both of my electric little pumps, and they both busted. I said, oh no. Now I don't have the electric pumps anymore because they both went out when I tried them. So I figured, well, I had the Fix-A-Flat left, the little can to Fix-A-Flat, or I can jack it up and put my spare tire on it, but I was so close to the curve that I couldn't really jack it up right there without, I would have to move the car to jack it up. But anyways, so I figured, well, if I have someone around here has a pump, I can just pump the air in it and I'm ready to go. So I asked around the maintenance people there. They didn't have anything. They suggested that I would talk to some of the truckers that were parked there. There were 3 or 4 truckers parked at the very end of the parking lot. So I figured, well, I'll take care of that. I had not even eaten breakfast. I mean, I was so concerned about the flat. All I did was walk lady, wash my face, wash my hands, came back to take care of the problem. I didn't want to try the fix a flat because that is really for a true emergency. I'm right now in a place where I am around people, someone that can probably help me. So I don't need to use that fix a flat. The jack and the changing the tire, I don't even know if he's got enough air on that spare. So I figured, well, I'll just ask people for a pump. And so I kept asking. No one had it. Everybody turned me down. Like I said, the guy told me about the truckers, so I went to the truckers. Two of them had covers on it, like they were still asleep, so I didn't want to wake him up. One of them was standing outside around checking his truck, and I asked him if he had any pump that I could use to pump my tire. He said no, he don't have anything like that, which kind of contradicts what I was told. I was told that the truckers have a pump built in their system. Anyways, so I figured, well, he apparently don't want to help me, so I'm going to continue and keep searching, and I don't know, see what happens. So I tried to fix the little box pump. I could see where the short was, and it would not. So I opened it up, tried to fix that, see if I could get it to work, so I could go ahead and use the same little pump to pump the tire. And I saw this couple walking by, and why not? I'll ask them. So I asked them if they had a pump. They were one of the two truck drivers that were sitting at the very end of the parking lot. And they said, sure, we'll help you out. We got a pump in a truck. I said, well, he said, but you might have to drive it up about 10 feet so that my hose can reach. And I wish I had recorded all this, but I didn't want to bother people to be on camera and stuff like that. So I was kind of like, well, all right. So he drove his truck right next to my car, my van, and I turned it on. I drove about 10 feet or so, close enough for the hose to reach my tire. And sure enough, he pumped it. I had enough air in it, and I figured, well, I'll just go to the nearest town. He told me it's about 40 miles from here is the nearest town. So I was still hoping that I didn't run out of air before I get to the little town. I offered him some money for his help. He said, no, don't worry about it. It's no problem. Just I'm glad I could help. So I drove and kept driving and praying that my tire would hold enough air to make it there. Finally, I make it into the little town, and the little town is called Carlsbad, New Mexico. You think it would have a better name than bad at the end of it, right? Because I had a bad day already. Carlsbad, New Mexico, and I found this place called Forest Tire. So I figured I might as well stop here. I'm not going to be looking around and searching all over town for the cheapest place. I just need to get that tire fixed. So I stopped there and turned it in to get it fixed. It was going to be about $21 to get it fixed. A tire, flat tire, $21. So I thought, well, go ahead and make sure my spare has enough air in it. So in the meantime, I walked around town. I went with the lady because I couldn't leave her there. And I walked with her down. I figured I might as well have breakfast. So I stopped at Sonic. And they still had the COVID restrictions. So I couldn't sit in the open space, believe me, in the open space where you can actually have a place to sit and you're not even close within 6 feet, but it's in the open space area. So why not, right? But the manager said no. He had it all blocked off with the tape. So I figured, well, I'll just order and sit down on the curb right there where you order the food. And I looked like I was a homeless guy with a dog, which at this point I was. But anyways, I ate, I walked back to the tire shop, and I waited another 5-10 minutes, and they were done with it. But that was my way of fixing this problem. I didn't panic. I did take the precautions that I needed, which is those electric pumps. They didn't work. They both busted. So I tried the next avenue, which was ask someone to help me, because I didn't want to use my fix-a-flat. That's for total emergency. When I am between towns and I have a flat, that's when you use that. So, or my spare for that matter. So this was my best option, and I think I did a good job to get through that, and I'll show you now what happened after this. All right, the nightmare for now is over. I got my tire fixed. I waited for a while. I went to eat at the Sonic because I have my dog. I figure I could go to Sonic and eat at those outside tables. But no, they wouldn't let anybody sit on those tables. So I looked like a homeless man sitting on the side of the curb eating my meal and feeding my dog. But that nightmare is over. I'm on my way to the next park. All I know is I'm following directions on the GPS how to get there. So I'll let you know when I get there. Everything's fine. My tires are fixed, and I'm ready to go. See you in a bit. Okay, we're on our way to Yoakum County Park in Texas. We crossed into Texas a while back, but the reason I picked this one is because in this area, that's the more favorable one to go to. It's got big trees and a pond with ducks and a picnic table. It's pretty nice. So I'm staying there for 3 nights, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night, and go to my friend's house early Saturday morning. That's in Odessa, Texas. So I'll cue you when we get there to this particular place, and we'll see what it looks like. Here at that county park that I was telling you about. Some duckies, a lot of picnic areas, and it's free camping. Like I showed you earlier, it's got the RV hookups over there, and it's free. I should take the picnic table there, but I don't know if I'll need it. But there's the restrooms right there. There's my doggy. Hey, what's up? Now, this Yoakum County Park is a great place to stay overnight. Very peaceful. But it is a park, and it is, because it is a county park, you have the problem that in the evenings a lot of people come to the park, walk their dogs, play with the kids, they feed the ducks. You'll find more people coming, so you're not on your own a lot. during the day you are, except in the evenings, especially if it's a weekend. So a lot of people show up, a lot of teenagers and some grown-ups with their kids, etc. So, and also they do water the park, have maintenance people cutting the yard, and it's no longer just nature anymore. And now, I did use my styrofoam covers on both nights. The night that I stayed at the rest area, the night before, because obviously I needed privacy. And this one, it was windy, chilly, and I also use it for insulation as well as privacy and cutting the sound down. It's not as private and quiet as you would want to be, like you do in dispersed camping, but it's a very nice place. I would give that place probably 4 stars because of the convenience and everything that it has in it.